Hey everyone, I am here taking the 16 personality quiz again. So, as I mentioned back in January when I did this quiz, I thought it would be very interesting to see if things changed at all between January and June, especially because I have had a ton of big life changes happen this year. So, I thought it would be really interesting to take this quiz again and see if anything changed. And after I take the quiz, I'm going to go ahead and put the side by side differentiation into my bullet journal because I was pretty sure things were going to change. And just a heads up, they did. Not by a ton, but there were two key things that had changed, which changed one of me from one 16 personality to a different one. So I will go ahead and let you go through the rest of this quiz because I don't think it's very interesting why I'm answering what I'm answering. And then I will see you on the other side to explain my bullet journal spread. As you can see, I am now a mediator, which means that INF is the same for me, but then it switched to an FP for the other two traits. So, like I said, I think it's probably not a shocking thing considering how many big things have changed in my life, and especially with some stuff that's going on at work. I need to be a little bit more of a mediator. So I feel like because I've been filling that role, I've been trying to be understanding of things and not quite as outspoken. But as you can also see, my introvert has gone up a lot. The other ones haven't changed quite so much because, like, even the last one that switched from 70%. It went the other way to 54%. So that's a pretty big change as well. But the introvert part didn't shock me whatsoever. I don't like people normally. I like spending time with my animals. So, it's fine. I'm going to set this up exactly the same way as I set things up before. So I'm doing the bars so that I can see the differentiation, and then I'm going to add my strengths and weaknesses to the end here, just like I did before, and into two different columns. And then I'm also going to include the people you may know that are of this personality trait as well. So I'm going to speed you up through that and talk again at the end. Okay, so here is the differences between mediator and advocate, or at least the portion that I did my test for. So basically, I am a lot more introverted than I was in January. I'm a touch less intuitive. I'm the same amount for feeling. I completely switched from judging to prospecting, which that kind of makes sense. I've been a little bit more in my head lately.
but I was really close to the middle regardless, so that was a pretty easy one that could have been switched. And then for some reason, this went way in the opposite direction from turbulent to assertive. I guess I've kind of found my ground lately, and I'm willing to stick up for what I believe, and I have just become more of an assertive personality. That's kind of interesting. This isn't really what I expected, but looking at the strengths and weaknesses, I kind of see where things have changed a little bit for me. I'm still creative. Now I'm very creative. I'm apparently less inspiring and convincing. Not as decisive. I went from being altruistic just in general to too altruistic. I have a few things about like seeking value and harmony, and I think that makes sense considering my work situation and who I work for right now. I really want things to be a little bit better. Open-minded and flexible, passionate and energetic. I don't know where they got the energetic part from. I'm tired. And dedicated and hardworking, which just makes sense. I think that the determined and passionate makes a little bit more sense in my brain than passionate and energetic, but at least there's passion in my life. I truly believe in what I believe, and I'm passionate about what I believe in. It's why I work on environmental things, environmental sciences, because I very truly believe in that climate change is a thing, that man has caused a lot of issues with climate change and is a driving factor and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of makes a lot of sense in that way. Taking things personally and sensitive, extremely private and difficult to get to know. Always need to have a cause, less than, that's not over here. Can burn out easily. I still think I'm in that can burn out easily, but maybe I've gotten my second wind because apparently my strengths and weaknesses think that I've gotten a second wind. And then dislike dealing with data. I find this hilarious because I work with data both in my professional life. I do a lot of data analytics with my work. And then I deal with a lot of data in terms of my business, because I have to look at what people like, do videos for that, do Etsy listings for that, do Instagram posts for that. So I've been looking at a lot more data recently. So maybe I'm just burnt out from data and I don't like it anymore. And then some mediators you may know: William Shakespeare, J.R.R. Tolkien, Bjork, Johnny Depp, Julia Roberts, Tom Hiddleston, Alicia Keys, Frodo Baggins, and Arwen from Lord of the Rings. I think it's funny that Frodo Baggins showed up in my thing because in high school a lot of people called me Frodo because my last name is Flodo. So I don't know, that's as clever as they got, I guess. So I think that's kind of funny. But otherwise, I don't really know. But I'm okay with being a mediator because I feel like that's kind of the next step from advocate. Like, you're advocating for a lot of stuff and then you get into a point where you're mediating between two sides, trying to find some common ground. And I feel like a lot of us can find some more common ground lately in trying not to be, I don't know, social media warriors. So I think it's kind of, it's along the same lines at the very least. My first three are pretty similar. And then it's just these other two that are a little bit different. So that is what is going on in terms of my 16 personalities test. I will have all that linked below for you guys so that you can take this test. Also, please let me know in the comments below what personality you are. And if you did take this back in January with me, let me know if it changed at all for you. I'm very curious to see if anyone else is finding the same thing that I am, depending on what's going on in your life, how you've changed. So please let me know. I hope you guys like this video. You guys seemed to like it last time. So I will see you next time on this channel. And maybe I will do this again in December. Who knows? So thank you guys, and like, subscribe, notification bell, all that kind of jazz. And I will see you next time. Bye everyone.